Some 5 million passengers a year enter the UK through the Port of Calais. For those trying to cross the channel illegally, they have almost 5,000 trucks a day to choose from. British immigration officers have been based here since 2004. On duty tonight are Officer Bridget McCarthy and her team. It's their job to check lorries for clandestines, as they call them.
OK, we're in the Calais freight lane. It's now just gone 4:30 in the morning. Got a team of 4 of us in the lanes. One of the officers is doing the board, taking down the registration of the vehicles. Someone is speaking to the driver, checking the cabs, and you've got 2 of us doing CO2 probes. That's putting them up inside the soft-sided vehicles and seeing if we've got anyone breathing in there. If we do get a high reading, then we'll be going in on the vehicle. What's happening now is we've both got a high reading on this particular one. The driver slept in Calais, he's just stated. He's got a tilt cord, but it's not secured to the seal or padlock, but he has got a padlock, so we're both going to go in and just hopefully there's no one here.
3/4 of all the trucks that come through this port are stopped and searched. In 2007, the Border Force stopped nearly 12,000 clandestines. No one knows how many get through undetected.
Around this area of France, they get different pockets of different nationalities. Up on the Belgian borders and further into Belgium, there's a lot of Indian clandestines hanging around. Around this area, coming into the port and the motorways in France, you've got a lot of Afghans, Iranis, Iraqis, and then illegal entrants claiming to be Eritreans.
Just going to go under.
You got your passport?
The team can check and clear a lorry every 2 minutes. But if their CO2 probes pick up signs of life, the search may take a little longer.
Right. Claire had a high reading at the front, so that's the reason we're going to be going in. Now we're going to need to have the side curtain off, please.
Close.
The team know from experience that if clandestines have picked up a truck to hide in, they'll root as deep inside as they can.
We've got one here, guys. Do you want to let the chief know, please? This door was slightly open, but it wasn't closed properly. And we pulled it, and inside we've got a young male Eritrean that's in here. He's fine, he's a bit distressed at the moment and upset, I think. He's only upset because we found him, love him, that's all. But we're going to get him out now, have a talk to him. Claire, can I have the torch, babe? We've got a few more here, guys. There's more than one. There's more than one, guys. Guys, how many people speak English, please? Is anyone hurt? You're all okay?
At the moment, it's 2. Or it's at least 4. I've just had a shout of 4.
It's at least 4.
At least 4 inside machinery.
We've got 4 we can see at the moment. I think one of our people here might be a female. Guys, where did you get in? Anybody going to speak to me this morning? No?
I've not been in there myself at the moment. I'm waiting for the officers to keep searching it, but it looks like it's some sort of kind of generator.
I'm going to start getting them out.
Okay, keep him there.
Good boy. Be careful, sweetheart, be careful.
For each clandestine, the truck driver and freight company can be given a fine of £2,000.
You speak English? No English? OK, no problem.
We won't deal with them at the moment. We'll just let them get some air if they've been inside there.
You all right, sweetheart? Looks like we have got a female here. Oh, and she's a baby as well. She's a young one. You all right?
It is a difficult moment. I mean, my priority as a Chief Immigration Officer is to make sure that these illegals are okay. That's priority number 1. They've been inside a sealed container there for some time. Thankfully, they look healthy. I've checked with them now. They're all okay. They're chatting. So we're just now going to deal with them and process them.
I personally don't have a personal opinion while I'm at work as to their reasons for coming. You know, we've got a job to do and we do the job to the best of our ability. And they're not supposed to be travelling this way undocumented to the UK, and we have to do our job to stop them. We don't take any pleasure in it, it's just a job we do, we get on and do it, and that's it. Where did you get in? Belgique? Belgique? No?
Talking to them, they've all got different reasons why they want to come to the UK. Some of them claim it's because in their own country they'll be in danger, either mortal danger or going to prison, something like that, so they don't want to stay in their own country. Some of them are under the impression that it'll be a much better life if they make it into the UK, and there's much more opportunities for them to have a family, to find work, etc., for an education sometimes. So they've all got individual reasons.
We've got to do this job here, not just to stop them getting to the UK, but we have to do it for their safety as well. I mean, this could have been a refrigerated vehicle that they'd got into unknowing, and the driver could have put the fridge on at a later date, and, you know, could have been fatal. So it's a job well done. We're pleased.
The 4 Eritreans are not carrying any identification. If they were, the French authorities could remove them from French soil. All they can do in this case is remove them from the port. Almost every minute from 5 in the morning to midnight, a plane load of passengers arrives at Heathrow. Officers in customs have stopped a couple who have come into the country on a holiday visa. Their bags tell a different story. In his 3 years as an immigration officer, Tim Wetherall has never seen a haul like it.
They've had 3 suitcases which are down there, and the entire contents is all this, as you can see. Apparently we've got 18,000 cigarettes here, and then the rest here, 27.6 kilos of rolling tobacco, which is what customs have now seized, which is why it's all bagged up. Apparently the sort of duty value on that is just over £10,000, which is what they've obviously avoided by paying, and were trying to make their profits by selling on when they got into the UK. And that's all they've had in their bag, so it's a fairly substantial amount. You know, there's no argument that this was for personal consumption, obviously, this much. It's obviously they're coming here to sell it.
Officer Wetherall will lead the investigation on the motives of their visit. He and his boss, Sarah Dyson, the Chief Immigration Officer, will decide their fate.
They had 3 bags with them, all of which just contain nothing but cigarettes and tobacco. And so they have no clothes, nothing like that.
How long are they seeking entry for, Tim?
5 days. They have got return tickets for 5 days.
Passports. I mean, is it likely that they've been doing this quite regularly?
Well, that's a brand new passport for her, and she's not travelled before. He came here in March, and he also came in 2006, where he had 2 sort of quite close trips to each other.
So he didn't come at all in 2006?
No.
So it might be a good idea to take him through his travel history since 2006 to get a picture of how often he travels and where he travels, because travelling is, well, it's cheaper than it was, but it's still not cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'd be interested to know how he funds these many and varied trips across the world, if not through cigarette smuggling.
The man comes from Mumbai in India.
Why are you coming over to the UK today?
Today I come because I want to tour for my wife for 5 days. That's why I come.
So you brought your wife for a tour for 5 days?
Yes, sir.
Why then, in your luggage, did you have so many cigarettes with you?
It's my big mistake, sir. Because when I come from India, they're not allowed to take me money. That's why I bring my friend told me that you go take cigarette. I think that there is 200 carton cigarettes allowed.
If you're allowed 200 cigarettes, you bought 18,000. There's quite a difference there between 200 and 18,000, isn't there? If I tell you that the total amount of tax that you would have to pay on all those cigarettes and all that tobacco is just over £10,000, you understand that?
Yeah.
So what you attempted to do today was to defraud the British government out of £10,000. Do you understand how serious that is?
Yeah. I'm apologize, sir. I'm really apologize, and I'm sorry for your whole country, sir. I'm really apologize. Why should I bring my wife and do like that, such a bad thing, sir?
Because she has a suitcase as well. You can fit more in.
Huh?
So she can bring suitcases as well, and you can fit more in.
What?
Because if you bring your wife, she then has a suitcase as well, so you can carry more.
Because he also don't know, and I also don't know, sir.
And also, if you bring your wife, you may think that you would be less suspicious to customs, less likely to be stopped.
No. It's not fair, sir. No. Why should I bring, sir?
To get away with it and sell, and then you make money.
No want to make money, sir. I only want to.
You told me that was the main reason you bought them, was to get money.
No, I want to transfer the money, convert the money, sir.
So do you honestly expect me to believe you when you tell me that you brought cigarettes into this country for currency exchange?
Yeah.
Officer Wetherall now has all the evidence to put before the Chief Immigration Officer.
either they already have a buyer lined up here and they're just going to drop this whole load off with the buyer and take away what I think will be a substantial profit.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be doing it otherwise. It's got to be for profit.
Yeah, if they didn't have the cigarettes with them, I'm in no doubt they wouldn't be stood here today. That is the main reason they're coming here for.
We can do change of purpose.
Cool.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I think we need to try and find a flight tonight for them. They're India.
Once Officer Wetherall has found flights to India for the couple, he will inform them they're being sent back home. Preventing those who try to get into Britain illegally is one thing. Tracking down, arresting and deporting those who've managed to slip through the net is quite another. That's where the enforcement team comes in. Today they're targeting butchers in East London in an operation led by Immigration Officer Lisa Lea.
Intelligence suggests that Imam Quality Halal Meat has a history of employing illegal workers. We've previously been to this address, it was in September last year, where we arrested 4 subjects. There were 10 people encountered, so it's quite a busy butcher's. Okay, let's go. It's predominantly Asian population, Pakistani, Indian, Bangladeshis. It's a very tight community. It's a very busy shopping street we're going to. We will just generate a lot of interest from being there. We've had feedback from people that we've previously arrested saying, oh, we knew you were coming because, the phones start going, the vans are on the road, is it going to be us next? So, it should be interesting.
If an employer has not made the required checks on his workforce, he can be fined £10,000 for each illegal worker found on his premises.
Morning, gentlemen, from the Immigration Service. Okay, you're just serving somebody, are you, sir, at the moment?
So make your way towards the rest of your colleagues for us, please.
Hello, sir. Hi, I'm the officer in charge today. Obviously, we visited your premises last year.
That's right, yeah.
We just come back to check up on you.
Can I take your name, please?
We're speaking to the staff here. We actually know from before we've been here before. It appears the manager's got all his records into order. Everyone's been cleared. There's 2 left to finish off.
Immigration Officer Jimmy Ahmed has doubts about one worker. The man claims he doesn't need a work permit because he's being adopted by a British citizen.
Okay, who was it that's adopting you? What's their name? Your adoption? Your uncle? Yeah. Okay, hold on, mate. What's his name?
Yusuf.
Yusuf, what Yusuf?
Mr. Yusuf.
Full name?
Full name is Mr. Yusuf.
Mr. Yusuf?
Yeah.
There needs to be, obviously he's got more than just Mr. Yusuf. What's his full name? Because at the moment we can't find you on our systems.
Do you have his document? Look, basically he's saying he's got indefinite leave to remain and we can't find him.
Okay.
So if you have anything that can speed up the process, any documentation that he's given to you, either a passport or a letter from the Home Office, that would be brilliant.
Right, your adoption application, was it refused?
No, it wasn't.
So what was it? Because there's no way that your application is still running from 1996. That's impossible. Okay, mate, no problem. Right, cheers. So at the moment, you don't have any right to be in the UK. Okay? Are you aware of that fact? Work with me, yeah? You came here in 95, you made an application in 96 for adoption. Yeah? That was refused. Okay? Then you applied again, and that was refused as well. Yes. So at the moment, you don't have any stay. So at the present moment in time, I'm arresting you on suspicion of overstaying, okay?
Enforcement officers have the power of arrest, and this illegal worker now faces deportation. But the team is satisfied the employer has done all he can to check the legal status of his workers.
From being here before, he didn't have any records. We arrested 4 of his staff. He's now in compliance with the new legislation. The whole point of what we do isn't really to go, is to find offenders, but also to make sure that people are in compliance with the new illegal working legislation. So, yeah, he's doing well.
Coming up,
Hello,
a surprising consignment in Calais.
Basically, you can't see the back of the lorry because there's just so many of them in there just sat on top of a load of yogurts.
Hitting employers of illegal workers where it hurts.
Things aren't looking good for you at the moment. I'm going to serve you a fine of £50,000.
And the tobacco smuggler gets desperate.
I'm not going to allow you to come into the country.
If you like to do this, I'll kill myself here, sir.